Hey there! Welcome to a Creative Hive quick win video. In this video, we're going to find out if you're really ready for Facebook ads. It's super important that you watch this before you start doing any kind of ad. Before we get into this, first let's get on the same page with the number one rule of marketing any business. This is the rule of 7, which states that it takes at least 7 impressions or points of contact with your brand before someone feels comfortable enough to buy from you. In other words, people don't buy from you the first time they meet you. This is just human psychology and behavior. There's no ifs or buts, that's just how it is. This is the rule of the game. And it's a lot like dating. If a guy you've never seen before walked up to you on the street and asked you to come over to his place, wouldn't you be creeped out? And would you say yes? Probably not, right? So that's exactly the same with business. It's all about building up that relationship first. Let's talk about the ingredients you need before you take on Facebook ads. The very first thing you need is a consistent income. I don't recommend anyone doing ads until you have cash coming in consistently every week and month. Why? Because you need a consistent income to have a budget for advertising. If you make $1,000 a month consistently, then it's safe to put aside $100 a month to use on ads. But if you're not sure how much money you're going to make, or if you're not even going to make any money at all, then I can think of a dozen other things that you would be better off spending your money on than on ads. You also need a consistent income because doing ads is just like any other form of marketing. You need to be in it for the long haul. You need to have a long-term mindset when you approach ads. It's just like doing Instagram, for example. You don't just post once on Instagram and then disappear completely and then post again like a few months later. You post on there every day, right? Some of you even post multiple times a day. That's just like with Facebook ads. You don't just put one ad up and then call it done. An ad strategy that makes you money takes a lot of time and a lot of testing to get working. So you need to constantly be checking and tweaking your ads every day if you want it to work. So you also need a very deep and thorough understanding of how to do ads. Take a course from someone who's done ads for physical handmade product businesses. Learn as much as you can before diving in blind. Facebook ads is a very complicated system. It's possibly even more complicated than doing your taxes, okay? You can have one toggle accidentally turned off and waste $100 with no one to blame but yourself. So be very careful going in, okay? So many people waste money doing ads because they don't fully understand how it works. But I think there's also a misunderstanding that if you can spend money, you can make money. That's not true because you need to be smart about how you do it. You also need a goal that isn't just to make sales. It's ingrained in human psychology, right? The rule of 7. Unless you sell an impulse product that's less than $10, you cannot expect people to buy something from you the moment they meet you for the first time, okay? It takes at least 7 impressions of your brand before someone feels comfortable enough to hand over their money to you in exchange for one of your products. So if it takes 7 impressions of your brand, it's going to take 7 different ads at 7 different times showing to the same person before they even come close to considering shopping from you. So this goes back to having a long-term mindset with ads. Creating one ad is just not enough. You have to show up in your person's life at least 7 more times after that to make the sale. So you need to be financially prepared for that. Ultimately, you need to have realistic expectations when doing ads. Ads can be really effective when all you want is to get lots of people to see something, but seeing something doesn't necessarily translate into buying it. Here are a few common ways that I've seen people use ads for, and I want to talk about them to save you from wasting your time and money from making the same mistakes. The first common ad I see is having a sale for 20% off or whatever, and then you target that ad to total strangers. So on Facebook, you might set your targeting to people who like other brands that are similar to yours. And that concept is fine, but by itself, it doesn't make any sense because strangers, even though they are your ideal customers, they still won't buy from you if they've just met you, even if your ad was for like 99% off. It's just not going to work because strangers aren't familiar with your brand and they don't know who you are. Going back again to this dating analogy, you don't meet someone new for the first time and say, "Hey, let's get sexy and get married and start a family." No, you get to know them first, and then after some time, you make the move. Another bad ad is one that's really easy to do, so a lot of people make this mistake. It's an ad that links people to your homepage. Now, this is ineffective for your business because no one is going to buy from you right away. So people will land on your site, and if you're lucky and you did your targeting right, people will click around. But most of the time, people will just bounce right off your page and close your site and browse the next thing. So you need a system in place to grab their information before they're gone forever so you can keep building that relationship with them. Let's wrap up this video with a recap. First, we talked about the rule of 7, where it takes at least 7 impressions of your brand before someone buys from you, just like dating. Next, we talked about the different ingredients you need before you even consider doing Facebook ads. You need a consistent income, a budget, a long-term goal, a deep understanding of how to use Facebook ads, and realistic expectations. I also pointed out 2 very common wrong ways to do Facebook ads. If you are really ready to do Facebook ads, then you want to watch my other quick win video on the one type of ad that will make back your money by 10 times. Only one kind of ad can do this, I'm serious. My recent campaign using this ad, I spent $30 to make $300. It's amazing. And you can find out what this ad is and how to do it by unlocking the complete Quick Win Videos library at the Creative Hive Colony at www.creativehiveco.com/colony. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you in another Quick Win video.